Why do people hate on Meghan and Harry? I can't quite understand why people hate on them so much. Most people who hate on them have no direct links or no reason to, and the whole idea of them separating their family or whatever is just stupid. Absolutely nobody, unless those involved directly in the royal family, don't know what's gone on. The whole drama of racism and tabloids hating and basically bullying Meghan is something we've all seen hands-on and in front of our eyes, yet people still try to deny or debunk that, which basically reinforces and confirms what Meghan says.
I hate all the royals equally.
I think it was them crying to Oprah about only having $4 million to live on when the rest of us were losing our jobs during the lockdowns. People were struggling to pay rent, and to hear a person complain about only having $4 million was a slap in the face for them.
I don't hate them, but I can't shake the feeling that Meghan is acting whenever she speaks. It just never feels genuine to me. I don't hate them, but Meghan said in an interview that the Archbishop of Canterbury married her and Harry in a secret ceremony, and this turned out to be a lie. If someone can tell such a bold-faced lie, I have trouble believing them. This secret marriage is also straight out of the second Hunger Games movie.
Because for two people who keep claiming they want privacy, they sure seem allergic to just going the fuck away.
I don't think it's hate, I think people can't relate. Although they have gone through a lot, they still live incredibly privileged lives. A lot of people face racism and bullying without the privilege they have. I also feel like the same story just keeps repeating.
Because they are basically paying news stations to write articles on them in the hopes that Americans get interested in the royal family, but Americans just don't care about them.
If don't want to be part of the royal family, that is fine. They made their choice to be independent and move to the US, and I can support that. I don't support that they are trying to stay relevant and stay on the payroll the way they are, with a 6-hour-long documentary and book slamming the family and the press. This is going to blow up in their faces. I bet Netflix is going to be dropping them soon, and they will end up as rootless and fruitless as the Duke and Duchess of Windsor. If I leave a job, I don't expect to be compensated from that job any longer. I don't expect to win Worker of the Year awards. I don't expect the job and/or the company to change because I left. I don't expect any former coworkers to even care what I am doing or question why. I would have to find a new job and a new life. This rehashing of everything is not helping them psychologically, beyond showing them what they say they don't want anymore. I think we're all just pretty tired of attention whores. That's about it.
Rich, privileged, contribute nothing to the betterment of society.
For me, it's because they don't hold themselves to the same standards of responsibility and accountability they set for everyone else. In all the interviews, etc., I have not once heard them take any accountability or responsibility. They have no problem talking about all the ways the RF should and what they think they should take responsibility and accountability for, but none when it comes to themselves. They can start with the Queen's edited speech, which was just a terrible and disgusting thing to do.
Hate is too strong of a word, but how can you take seriously someone who is proven hypocrite, liar, entitled? Someone who makes for living by exploiting own family, dead or alive. No essence or any real quality. All staged and mostly faked.
My biggest problem is that the reason they gave for leaving the royal family was that they wanted privacy and to be out of the public eye. Clearly that was a load of shit, because since they left they've actively tried to be in the public eye like their life depended on it. Also, Harry has exactly zero balls for letting his wife destroy his relationship with his family. It's one thing to hold your family accountable for their actions, but it's another thing to completely destroy your relationship with them and to profit off of that.
The tone deafness of "I'm being bullied" poor me, while completely ignoring the elite status, perks, and hypocrisy of their position. They were okay with being in the family that is in this position BC of bloodline as long as it went their way. I'm not defending how she was treated at all. But they are insufferable in their victimhood.
Because they say they want to be left alone and don't like the press following them, but keep arranging high-profile interviews.
Have you heard them talk? All they do is complain about how difficult and unfair their lives are being in the point 1 instead the point 01 that they deserve. Because they're carpetbagger Kardashians.
Their new show is using a bunch of fake videos and pictures. They claim to want to get away from the media but invite more of it into their lives. They make it everyone's business by doing what they are doing now. They want everyone to care about their lives.
They moved to the United States with their reason being they wanted out of the drama in the spotlight, and ever since they've stirred up nothing but drama and sought nothing but spotlight. No hate here, I just don't care. Them we just want privacy. Also them, are you getting this on film?
Probably because they are self-important twats and attention whores who way too many of us are tired of hearing about.
We want privacy. But we will go on Oprah, write a tell-all book, go on Netflix, be on magazines, give interviews, etc.
A very privileged couple seemingly attempting to expose the royal family but come off as a very privileged couple complaining.
They are two incredibly rich and entitled aristocrats who do nothing but whine about how badly everyone treats them.
I hate them because they're spoiled little shits. No daddy, I don't want to do my job. But can I still have my allowance and security?
They act like their lot in life is worse than everyone else's. Welcome to the real world and quit crying about it. Different question but same energy. Why do people idolize them? They've literally got nothing to offer to be idolized for.
Don't hate them, but can we get a break from them and their first world celebrity problems, please? They've made their exit. Why can't they just be happy, raise their kids and enjoy their money and the California sun? So many people have it so much worse, yet they keep whining as if they were forced to live in a bombed outhouse in Ukraine in the freezing winter. It's like Harry invented being chased by paparazzi and Meghan was the first person to ever experience racism. Sheesh. Who? Are these more Kardashians? Because they pretend they want a quiet life privacy, but then they go on Oprah. Everyone has family drama, but it's pretty clear that they are just trying to make a couple million from their own. I swayed felt slightly bad for her until she was all, oh. Beyoncé's texting me. They are hypocrites and love trying to pretend that their lives are so difficult while having millions of dollars in the bank. Many people have to deal with a lot more serious problems with no money and they don't continuously whine about it.
They're hypocrites. Harry said the carbon emissions affecting the environment need to be stopped. Proceeds to fly across the world in a private jet the next day. Says they want no public attention, and then proceed to make a documentary about their life. Say they want nothing to do with the media, and then use the media to create their documentary. It's good that they don't want to be a part of the royal family, and there isn't anything wrong with it. What's wrong with them is that they are attention-seeking hypocrites.
It's the lying and manipulation for me. It's possible to be victims and perpetrators at the same time.
I just can't bring myself to care about either one of them anymore.
Don't hate them, just tired of the whining from two overprivileged, spoiled brats. Life isn't fair and a lot of us have dysfunctional families. Get over it already and live your best life. Unless of course you're making a ton of money reliving the same old stuff, which is what these two are doing. Rich, entitled, talk about wanting to do their own thing but bringing all the attention onto themselves, etc. Don't seem like bad people to me but a little bit douchey.
Harry and Meghan could just get on with their lives without the royal family and make a life themselves, but why would they when complaining brings interviews and a TV show? X200B as an Irish Australian I am not prejudiced towards the royal family. They exist and that is all.
I couldn't care less about them because they are born privileged and know nothing about real life, and I am incapable of having an ounce of respect for people like that. As far as racism, I've never seen it. If anything, the media's fawn over them.
It's like they literally don't have to do anything, yet they still complain constantly. Very hard to feel bad for someone who has more than you'll ever possibly be able to comprehend. Set aside the centuries of English royalty colonizing and making victims of the large parts of the world. It's essentially like, you of all people, the prince and princess, have the audacity to frame yourself as a victim? Their whole life is show up, smile, and count their riches. You're not a fucking victim, you're a spoiled brat. Don't you remember the snotty rich girl in high school, and how she has the BF from a rival high school, and then brings him to a dance? Yeah, this is that. Rich people trying way too hard to tell me how much they're just like us. I don't suffer hypocrites. I'm not British, but I find it disgusting how she tries relentlessly to defame the royal family just because she didn't fit in. I'm not buying for a second the race accusations, and I can't stand the victim mentality of a woman as wealthy, beautiful, and famous such as herself. She was literally a princess and I am supposed to feel sorry for her? Not a chance. I don't really mind Harry, though he's as emasculated as one can possibly be at this point.
Are you part of their PR team? I understand they are doing this a lot to try to turn the tide. Seeing rich people complain when I have to pick between food and rent irritates me.
It's not hate, it's more like an aversion, the way one can develop an aversion to a food that we're forced to eat too much of. On any given day, I glance at the news: an earthquake, a shooting, Harry Meghan. A brawl at ball game, screaming inflation, Harry Meghan. Gas prices, struggling schools, Harry Meghan. Why are they afforded such a large part of my daily scoop? I'm not British. I'm a full continent removed from not giving a shit. But maybe the relentless coverage would be more easily overlooked if they were actually interesting people, or even humble kind of nice people. They're so fake and such media whores. They whine about media coverage, yet they crave it the way a crack whore fiends for her next hit. She was a shitty, no-talent American actress. It's not like she was ever any good. And her one claim to fame is marrying the right man. Now she actually wants you to call her Duchess of Sussex. Well, how about Duchess of Suck This?